Kogo News Time, 6:11.
Well, as students are heading back to college, scammers are working on a new way to steal their money.
How? They don't have any. Oh, wait. Let's ask Dr. Alex Del Carmen. He's the head of the School of Criminology, Criminal Justice, and Strategic Studies at Tarleton State University in Fort Worth. And how are scammers getting to these people's kids?
Good morning, and thanks for having me. One of the things that they do is they actually send out emails telling them that they won a scholarship and they need to fill out an application to verify their identity. And so what ends up happening is the person receives an attachment, they fill it out with all sorts of personal information, send it back to the source, and then they use that information against the person. It is absolutely insane.
So any idea how many people have fallen for this, or are they falling for it?
You know, it's hard to track down because many people are so ashamed of the fact that they were, quote-unquote, taken advantage of that they never reported to authorities. And what they end up doing is they contract out to these private firms so they can somehow be able to erase, you know, a loan application that was made on their behalf, but they never legitimately made it. So it's hard to track down, but I estimate in the thousands.
Really? So now you're a mom or a dad, and, you know, Dr. Del Carmen, what do you say to your kid as they're headed off to college? Because, I mean, let's face it, everybody seems to fall for these scams.
You know, many of us that went to college in the 80s, you know, obviously the only threat we had was going up there to a desk that used to be outside the admissions office at most universities where they would ask you to apply for a credit card. Nowadays, these college students are going to a world that they've never seen before, and oftentimes we encourage them to do well in school, to keep out of trouble, but we also have to tell them to confirm and verify that the information or solicitation that they receive online is in fact accurate.
Okay, so they're asking, specifically, what are they asking for, these scammers, what are they asking for on these forms?
Well, first of all, they promise the world. They're promising you all sorts of money, untapped resources, things that other college students have not discovered yet. So that should be your first sign. Secondly, what they ask for is they ask for social security numbers, physical address, your bank statements. They ask you for location as to where you're going to live, your full name, all sorts of information that they can then use to apply for a loan on your behalf or be able to scam you.
So they're really targeting kids who might be thinking, boy, this will really either help me pay for tuition or room and board or books or something like that?
Absolutely. And in fact, what they also do is sometimes they even offer them fake employment online. They tell them, hey, by the way, we have this great job for you. You spend 10 hours a week and you do this online shopping for us, and you can evaluate the product, and we'll send you $50 per product that you evaluate. Just fill out the application form and send it in, and then, of course, they use that information against them.
Man, this can just be devastating. How long does it take, you know, if you do get taken, how long does it take to get it straightened out?
Well, see, they're banking on the fact that you're not going to find out right away, and so what they use is they use time to their advantage, and what they'll do is they'll receive the information and turn it around rather quickly. So within 24 to 48 hours, you may have money being borrowed on your behalf that you may not even be aware of.
And by the way, where are they getting this information? Where are they getting these kids' emails? Are they using, like, university emails?
You know, it's really easy to go on Facebook, for instance, and find out that a lot of millennials that are the entering college age student right now, they post all sorts of personal information on things like Facebook. And so what they'll do is they'll say, I'm looking forward to going to such and such university. I'm looking forward to majoring in such and such discipline. And so what they'll do is they'll grab that information and they'll use it to tap into the student. Many of them actually even have their email addresses posted online, and so it's pretty easy to reach out to them.
You know, it's so easy to get lulled into a false sense of security. You know, why would anybody go on my Facebook page and take my information? Well, because there's a lot of money in it.
Yeah, so basically, Doctor, what you really need to do is to make sure that your kids, either Twitter or Facebook or any kind of social media account, that they don't post too much information on there.
That's exactly right. There needs to be a filtering process by which I personally post pictures of my family sometimes and all of that online, but I don't identify them. When I post a picture of a car, say I'm driving a rental that I'm really happy to drive today, and I may take a picture of it, which a lot of millennials do, what they'll do is they'll actually post the license plate number of their own personal vehicle online, and so they'll use that information against them. So it's very, very important that you go through those pages and you make sure that there's no physical address or there's no identifiable information that you're showing the rest of the world.
Really, really interesting. Thank you so much. That's terrorism analyst, heads up the School of Criminology at Tarleton State University in Fort Worth, Dr. Alex Del Carmen.